Hello and welcome to all my viewers to Hoogar Social Academy. Today we are going to learn about class 10 standard social science geography topic called India and its seasons. So here in this topic I am going to explore about the different seasons which we see in the country called as India. India is known as a tropical monsoon climate. India is known as a tropical monsoon climate. In our previous in my previous videos, you might have observed and viewed in that you found that India, half of the area is being covered with the land boundary and half of the area is being covered with the water body, which we say it as a peninsula. Okay. Now the geographical feature of this country called as India has influenced lot on the seasons also. Right? So on the base of this, and on the base of relief features, and when we talk about relief features here, we very well studied in our first chapter of the geography where towards the northern part of India there are huge Himalayas are there. Towards the western part of India there is a huge desert area is been there. Towards the peninsula plateau, mountains as well as the forest area is been there. Towards the eastern part, forest plus mountains again covered area, and toward the central part of India, plain surface area. So this shows what it is that everywhere the land is not at all, it is same. And moreover, we have said about the water body, Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal also will have the lot of influence on the way on the our monsoon. Okay. Now what is this monsoon? Monsoon is nothing but it's a seasonal change. Monsoon is nothing but it's a seasonal change. We are having the four different types of monsoons are there. But the characteristics of our monsoon, what we see in two part. In our 12 months of the period, half of the month wind moves from the southwest towards the northeast, and half of the months it moves from northeast towards the southwest. Okay, what type of we are having movement of the winds in the whole year? Out of 12 months, half of the years means near about 6 months of a span of a time, winds move from southwest to the northwest and again in return northwest to southwest. In this way there is a flow of the wind it is. These winds plays a very important role in bringing the monsoons. These winds plays very important role in the bringing of our monsoons. We are having four seasons here. Okay, these four seasons are been named with the summer season, southwest monsoon, retreating monsoon, and winter season. We call it as a Indian climate. So these are our climate it is. Okay, these are called climate is because which remains for the long period of a time, we call it as a climate. Which remains for the short period of a time, we call it as a weather. Long period climate, short period weather. So here when we say about the summer season, okay, which begins from March to April to May, 3 months, March, April and May. This is a summer season. When we come to the southwest monsoon, after May, it's a June, July, August and September. June, July, August as well as the September. When we come to the retreating monsoon, right, it is October plus November. It is October plus November. When we come to the winter season, it is from December February and January. December, February and January. In this part, what we are in this our 12 months of the period, we are having what? Our 4 season with the summer season from March, April and May, southwest monsoon, which is even called as a rainy season, June, July, August as well as September. In the next one, it's a rate rating monsoon from October to November. And now last one, what it is? It's a winter season from December, February as well as the January. So these are our 4 seasons. And as I said, Arabian Sea towards the western side, towards the south, Indian Ocean, towards the east, it's a Bay of Bengal. Okay, so India, what it is called? It is called as a tropical monsoon climate. Let us learn one after one about our season. So our first season is what? It's about the summer season. Okay, right? These seasons plays a very important role in our, even in bringing a good monsoon to the country called as India. Right? Our agriculture is dependent on this. Our industrial goods dependent on this. Our flora, fauna, everything is dependent on which one? On the monsoons. So monsoons are very important for the which one? For the having the good environment in the country called as India. So the first one, what it is? It's about the summer season. Summer season, what we have said? Summer season which begins from the month of March, April and May. 3 months. March, April as well as May. During this time, during the time of summer season. Now, during the time of summer season, right? Sun. During the time of summer season, what we see that the sun rays falls directly on the way on the northern hemisphere. The sun rays is following directly on the way on the northern hemisphere compared to which one? Compared to the southern hemisphere. Due to this reason, of this, okay, sun rays is following directly on the which way? What we said, in the northern hemisphere. Due to this reason, the temperature in the northern part of India will be high. Northern part of India will be what? It will be high. Due to which one? Due to high temperature, as sun rays are directly following on the way on the northern hemisphere. Okay. Due to this, right? What it is? It's a high temperature. When high temperature will be there, when there will be a high temperature, the winds which are flowing, okay, when they come into the contact of these rays, winds which are flowing, when they come into the contact of these rays, they converts into the form of hot winds, as they loses the moisture. When they lose the moisture, winds convert into the form of what? Convert into the form of hot, right? Moreover, what we see that during this time, as sun rays directly they are following, clouds are being empty. This makes what it is that this makes that the sky, right, where we see the sky is very clear, very clear it is. The sky is clear. The sun rays which has been following, it makes that our days will be long. Days will be what? Long, and nights will be short. What type of character we see? During this season called as summer season, The days will, because the sky is clear, the rays are following directly on us, so brightness is been moreover. So days will be long and nights will be what? Will be short. Moreover, as I said, high temperature, northern hemisphere is quite very far from the southern hemisphere. So here, if the temperature here reaches up to 40 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius, here it will be up to 35 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. It will be up to 35 degrees Celsius to 45, or some places, and normally this is what some places. Normally what we see, the ranges it reaches in the southern hemisphere to 32 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius. What will be there? Temperature will be there. Okay, but here the temperature will be high, right? Due to high temperature, okay, at the local area we see condensation, it occurs, and due to that, for a span of only for 5 to 10 minutes, there will be heavy rainfall will be there with too much of lightning. There will be a heavy rainfall, but again it stops. So this will happen only due to the which one? Due to the high temperature. Okay, so these were the some of the characteristics of which one? Characteristics of the summer season. Okay, got during the summer season, right, the place called as Ganga Nagar, which is recorded as the highest temperature area. The place called as Ganga Nagar is nothing but is the highest received temperature area. Okay, and maximum, how much it reaches? It reaches up to 52 degrees Celsius, dear. 52. Very high temperature we see in the Ganga Nagar. Now this Ganga Nagar, where it lies? It lies in the state called as Rajasthan. Where it lies? It lies in the state called as Rajasthan. Okay, so these are the what it's all about, which one? About the season called as a summer season. So what we have studied? The sun rays directly fall on the northern hemisphere compared to the southern hemisphere. Due to this reason, the temperature will be high in the northern hemisphere compared to the southern hemisphere. What type of character? It's a high temperature, and when it come into the contact of the rays of the sun, they convert into hot. Days will be long, nights will be short, and in some places we see, due to the condensation, the rainfall which occurs with too much of lightning, somewhat relaxation for temporary for the 5 to 10 minutes in the changes in the climatic condition. Okay, so let us move to our next topic called as a rainy season. Right now, what we see in the rainy season, it's one of the biggest monsoon of our country called as India. Biggest monsoon we say. Why we say biggest monsoon? Because this is the season which brings lot of changes in the country called as India. Farmers of this country, they wait lot to this season called as a rainy season. And when we talk about which one? About the country called as India, as we very well know that Indian agriculture is totally dependent on which one? Dependent on the monsoon itself. Totally dependent on monsoon. So let us begin with the new topic called as a rainy season. The topic called as a summer season, which we studied, there the rainfall contribution is only and only of 10%. Only and only about the 10%. We will continue our next topic called as a rainy season in our next session. Thank you.